started 6 weeks ago because I had just gotten to a point where I knew I wasn't able to move like I want to. Um, and I had been trying it on my own and just not being able to get started. And so I wanted to jump in and do this not only to start working on transforming my body, but the mindfulness and the thought shifting really is what drew me in. And I'm glad I did. And 6 weeks later, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm handling emotional eating better. I'm seeing changes in my body. I'm increasing my mobility and strength, and we're moving in the right direction.
Beautiful, beautiful. So from stuck, struggling to having that mobility, having that mindfulness, conquering the emotional eating that you've been dealing for, quite a while, it sounded like
Forever.
forever. Okay. And then, and obviously there's people who they love that, but they also want to know like, okay, physically, what's shifted? Because, everyone wants to, lose some inches, lose some weight. So like,
Yeah, I mean, of course, everyone wants to lose weight. I've lost in 6 weeks. I've lost 15 pounds and like taken 18 inches off my body. Um, More importantly, I'm feeling stronger. I'm moving in ways that I haven't been able to move in years. Uh, and I'm feeling good about myself. I don't think it's not all about what's on the scale, even though we want it to be. I feel better in my clothes, and I think that's just as important.
hell yeah. That's what it's all about is like the mind,
Yeah.
how you feel. Because physically, it all is a manifestation of your thoughts, your habits, how you take care of yourself. And clearly, you're seeing the physical changes, but that all started from the foundational work you did with how do we handle our emotions? How do we control the chaos and work and stress and emotions? How do we handle and understand nutrition and food? Because once you handled that, you had the exercises to go with it, it fit
Mm-hmm.
with your schedule, and then now you're reaping the rewards even just at the halfway point.
Well, and I think, everyone, because, weight loss and fitness, it's not a linear journey. There's always ups and downs. There's plateaus. You don't just melt off the weight. It just doesn't work that way. And, I think one of the biggest things that I remind myself when I don't want to get up and work out, or when I want to just go eat the junk food or whatever, I just remind myself frequently, multiple times a week, progress over perfection. Take that baby
Yes.
step, um, and get moving. Show up. That's the difference. I tell myself every day, like, professional athletes don't feel like working out every day either, but they show up. And I'm never going to be a professional athlete, but I can have that same mindset.
Yep. And you can become the best version of yourself, right?
Right.
Because that's what this all is about, is evolving and elevating to your full potential and whatever that may look like. And
Exactly.
yeah. It all started with you committing to yourself. So obviously there's people who were just like you when you first started, the nervous, scared, skeptical, just like you may have been, right? So,
Exactly.
I mean, how did you overcome that hesitancy, that hurdle?
Well, I think you had reached out to me at some point and said, what's stopping you from getting started? And
Mhm.
you've started before, so what stopped you in the past? And it really made me think about, like, how did I get in my own way? Um, and how did, because most often I got in my own way because I was frustrated because I didn't have this miraculous change in my body. And if I just remind myself I can do a little bit every day and progress over perfection, then I'm less frustrated, and I'm more likely to stick with it and give it the longer time and get the longer days from it.
Beautiful. So it sounds like you've overcame the perfectionism and understanding that it's all about the little strides, and as long as it's moving you towards your goals, it's the right direction versus ensuring that you take one action and you're going to automatically magically be at your goal.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't, it's not like that, and it's taking those baby strides and building on them every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in every mindset. Sometimes, I'm frustrated and you know, just like, and I just keep
Yeah.
thinking, nope, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going, and you know, and if one morning I was exhausted and didn't get up, that's okay. Tomorrow we're going to get up and we're going to work out,
Again,
or we're going to work out later. It's all right.
yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it sounds like I can already hear it. I mean, this is a beautiful thing. Halfway through, you already made that mental switch into this because again, this is a foundation that will last a lifetime because you're not going to unlearn the awareness that you now have, right?
Exactly.
So that's what's going to carry you through for the long run. Because yes, 15 pounds is great. That's something to be very proud about. 18 inches is great. However, you've created the mental foundation and how to manage your emotions and your thoughts so that you can take this as a lifelong journey.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
beautiful. Okay. So then, I mean, let's kind of wrap things up. Like, what is like your biggest takeaway? Like maybe something unexpected that you've had, or the biggest takeaway that's different from the other things you've tried. Like, what do you think that is for you, or
I think
maybe multiple things?
I really think that the mindset work is the biggest takeaway. I mean, I already knew how to exercise. I already knew how to lift weights. Um, I already knew all the things I was supposed to be eating and not eating, and I already knew all that kind of stuff. But I was, like I said earlier, I was getting in my own way. I was defeating myself before I got started, and going through the mindset work and realizing that I can, just make small steps and get big gains in the long term is huge, and that's really where it's taken me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I
All
love
right, now
it.
it's all good.
I think there's a siren. This could get really